Hey everybody, welcome back to For Horror's Sake. And it's going to be hard for me to post anything because I've done walkthroughs and I've tried very hard to make sure to get them this year as often as I could for conventions we did. I did Mad Monster, I did Horror Realm, OkillCon, KazaCon, and I will do the Mad Monster in August. But sadly, it was very crowded and stuff at Living Day Weekend. I will get into that after I show you the autographs and the pickups, but let's go ahead and jump right in here. So I've met this gentleman before, and I was hoping the experience would be a little different this time, but sadly, it was more of the same. He is not a very personal guy, I don't think. He just kind of signs and goes on, but I have been adding people to my Creep Show poster here, and so I added Tom Savini, and I'm only doing the TV show Creep Show. I wish I would have had something better for the other things that are to come, because I didn't do my due diligence like I usually do. Usually I have things looked up, I have things written out and ready to go, but I didn't this time. So I failed myself on that one, which sucks. But I added Tom Savini to that because he did a segment called "The Waters by Lake Champlain" or of Lake Champlain. I can't remember how it goes exactly, but I asked if he could. I've tried to get people to do the episode they've been in, and he basically just didn't. I had a sticky note and everything for him to write it out, and he just kind of. So I don't know if he does inscriptions or not. Or he just didn't like me, or that's just how he is, because he basically just didn't pay it any mind and went to the next thing. I did grab one of these, but they were very cool to add to the Funko collection. It is the Savini Jason, and he had some at his table, so I didn't need to order this separate because I was like, well, I'm worried about it coming in because I couldn't find it locally. And I was worried about it getting dinged up. He had some in very nice condition, and he signed it for his autograph price. So basically, the Funko was free, and the only thing you did was pay for the auto. So that was very cool. That is 2 from Savini, plus the other Savinis I have. I was going to take some Dusk Till Dawn stuff because I have that poster that I want to start, but I was like, no, I need to make sure I save money, but then I ended up spending money. So that's my fault. So we were walking around looking because John had to wait in line. John took he found a reprint of the Dawn of the Dead poster. He was like, I'm gonna try to get as many pieces people I can on it. So he took it, and he was waiting in line a lot for like Ken Follett and stuff like that. They had the longest lines. We were just walking around. I saw this fella right here, John Amplas, I think is how you say it. It's Amplass. He played Nathan in the first Creep Show. He also played Martin, and a lot of Romero stuff. He was in Martin, Night Riders, Creep Show. He was in Dawn of the Dead, of course, and Day of the Dead. But yeah, he played Nathan. He said, "I want my cake, Chuck." There. Like I wish I had like a Creep Show piece to start putting these people on, because the woman that was also in Dawn of the Dead played alongside in the segment that had where they drowned. I'm blanking on a bunch of names because I'm trying to remember other names while I do this video. So I wish I had something else to put him on, but that's good. I'm happy with that. So the longest line there was for Scott Renard, I think is how you say it. And I'm telling you, John stood in that line for 3 hours and 30 minutes. We were done with everything. We got there at like 10:30, almost 11. Got in because it opened at 10. We did, Savini was very fast. He just finished a photo op. Like I said, I walked around and got that guy because he had no line. And we looked around and stuff like that. Those lines were rough for the 3 main. Ken, the woman I just spoke about, and Scott. She was a very, very nice lady, by the way, because I took a picture for him. But he stood in line for 3 hours and 30 minutes. We left out of there like 7. It was rough. But I was going to take a picture for him and help him. I was like, you know what? This sounds horrible. He's looking, he's up in age. I was like, well, I would kick myself if I didn't. So I slid John 50 while we were standing there for him to grab this for me. Uh, so he signed this. I kind of cheated the line a little bit, but we looked at each other and basically it was like, yeah, this is the reason we get RIP whenever we go to Mad Monsters, lines like this. But also grabbed this one. He got him on his poster, and if you can't tell, he's left-handed. So whenever he didn't let the Sharpie dry, and he wiped. Found someone that was selling Fangorias, which was very cool. So I picked up issue 200. And we have a Seed of Chucky. We have a Grindhouse. We have a Friday the 13th remake, 2009. And we have a Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Now, these are nice in a sleeve. I put them in those sleeves. Whenever we walked up to the table, the woman just had them raw dogging in a bin, just leaned up, like being bent and stuff. Her price was a little rough. She was wanting 15 a piece. That was it, 15 a piece, or you can get, I think it was like 5 for 60, so that it knocks a little off, like $15 maybe. You basically get one for free. I agree with the gentleman I talked to. Anything after and the newer stuff, like the 2000s type of issues and stuff like that, I don't think price that much, and they shouldn't. So she had tons. I stopped at the 5 because I just grabbed a few that I knew would go for more. It would be a little tougher to get. Like, I'm not be selling these. These are going in my collection because I want to complete a Fangoria set. But, like, I know I've seen the Jason just by itself go for 20, and then shipping on eBay and stuff like that. So unless you find them in lots, people with these covers are going to want more. The 200, the Chucky, anything like that, they think they can get more out of. So I went ahead and grabbed those for that price. As for the convention, I've been to Mad Monster plenty of times. Like I said, I help with running a convention myself. I've been to a few other conventions. I looked at John after we were sitting at Burger King that was across from the hotel. I told him I didn't enjoy myself. I did not enjoy that convention. It was unorganized. It felt overly crowded. I know it was, it's a big deal. It was the last one. That's the reason we went. Is this the last one they're going to do in the mall? They're going to tear down the mall. So it was bringing a lot of people out of the woodworks to come to it and celebrate, and all the guests. But it was very rough. There was no like line discipline. I guess that's why he waited in line for 3.5 hours. There was just no line type of cohesion and how crowded it was. And it wasn't crowded because of the people. It was crowded because of the tables. Like, the 3 main people that had the biggest lines, they put all together. And those lines were chaotic. Like, they had them running together and all this other stuff. The vendors that they squeezed in there were very close together. There was maybe enough space for like a group of people to walk down. Signage for the guests was really rough. Like, a lot of them didn't have prices on the table. And John's like, hey, I'm just going to check and see, if they're all doing like real cheap prices, like $10 for an autograph, because maybe that's the only movie they've been in. And a lot of them they were. But he got twice. So this one guy said, hey, you want me to sign a picture? And John's like, I got a poster I'm going to get signed, and I'm just going to do the rounds and I'll be back. He said, okay. So we went back to a gentleman before him, and that guy signed everything, was thanking John, stuff like that, and he said, that'll be 30. And I was like, ooh. I said he had no signage on his table for prices or anything like that. So, you just assume, hey, he might be doing it for free just to be there. And then after we did that, we went to the person that asked him if he wanted him to sign a picture. Now, nowhere in his sentence did he say, you want me to give you a picture? You want something for free or anything like that? So, that's just us assuming, but how he offered, we thought maybe free. So he signed it. He charged John again. I said, John, you got to start asking. You got to start saying how much for an autograph before, if they don't have anything on the table, because these people, all of them are charging. Some of them were charging 60 and 50, and this is kind of their only shtick that they did was maybe 2 Romero movies. And so that was a little crazy. for some of them prices. There was a gentleman a little bit further down, and I like to sign. He said autograph is free. He said always has been, always will be, and I really appreciated that. He was just like, I'm just here to sign stuff and have a good time. And he was in a few of Romero's stuff, I think, but it was just I didn't enjoy myself. I'll be honest with you, it just wasn't a good time. I've asked someone for that has attended previous years, and they said that yes, this year was overly crowded, and it seemed like they weren't quite as organized as they should have been. Like I said, the vendors in one vendor hall seemed a little bit more organized. Like Savini was in one that seemed to have a little bit more together, but the other hall that was big was just it was rough. Like I said, it was just so crammed in there, and it was unorganized. That's the way I could say it. Like no slight against you guys if anybody that organizes it is seeing this. I doubt you will, but it just like I said, it wasn't a good experience for me. But that's it on Living Dead Weekend and what I picked up and my experience. But like I said, you guys won't see any kind of filming because of how bad it was. I was getting a lot of backs and asses whenever I was trying to film anything. I got a few shots from the escalator and then up on like the walkways above on the second floor. But other than that, it was just too rough to try to get anything done. But if you liked everything, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I really hope to see you guys again next time.